So here we are on the Moss 58 Swallow, and Moss has been around forever. They've been around since the 70s, and it's just a really cool, you know, piece of snow surf history. And we rode this with Union Stratas, Adidas Tactical ADVs, and Union Atlas. It's a very off the tail ride. It is the biggest, you know, swallow of all these guys. And really had a fun, unique ride. I'd say this and the Jellyfish were my personal favorites. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I didn't spend as much time on this one as the Jellyfish, but yeah, they're both super fun.
I had some of my most fun turns on this that foggy, messy day where it looked awful on camera, but we were having a blast because the snow was perfect. It's just a very directional, off the back foot, slow, articulate, fun carving, fun turning board for those who really want to get back on the tail on a snowboard like they do a surfboard, and really just concentrate on beautiful, articulate, slow speed turns with a narrow stance.
Yes.
And the way this board really lit up for us, the more directional and posy you go, the more you stay close or even narrower than reference stance, the more this board lights up. And it's a real back foot carver, and it's just fun. Let's get into the flex. Careful, careful. You know, real light on the tail, like the flex is soft on the tail. It's super easy to butter off the tail. You've got so much leverage there anyways. A little more medium here, medium stiff here.
Yeah, I'd say medium.
And a little softer in the nose. Softer in the nose and tail, a little stiffer in between the feet. But overall, like medium stiff, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. And
this camber profile and on snow feel, it just seems like it has a very subtle, mellow camber, almost flat, going across from the back foot over. But I had to constantly remind myself, this is not like the Kurua Dart. This is not like the Barracuda in two different ways. Both of these are front foot drivers, and this is definitely back. You want to have that back foot weighted and driving forward, but all the weight's off that back foot. That's where you're playing with the back foot weight to manipulate the turn. Where these are all driven off the front foot. This is still kind of slower, articulate turning. This is more powerful, drivey turns. So I had to remember, okay, off the back foot, and then mellow it the fuck out.
And getting on some like lower angle terrain really helped with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just focus on precise turns.
And a wider run. All of these boards like wider radius turns, except for maybe the C3. But that's a whole different board. It's not very catchy, but it's very technical and it's very complex. It's not for a beginner intermediate rider.
I agree.
It's the closest I've felt to being a surfer on snow.
It was definitely an interesting experience for me. Unfortunately, didn't get any powder with it, but yeah, as far as the turning goes, yeah, it was super fun. I didn't know if I enjoyed. It's kind of the Moss boards are hard to explain, really. It's like you've got to like slow way down, as we've said before. Focus on the longest radius turns you can do, and yeah, I need more time on them to get used to it.
You spend a lifetime on these. These just are super fun to turn. We got really into the turning. Speed, you just don't go fast with these. You slow down and you chill. And you really focus on the turn and just, you know, trying to do it as good as you can. And watching these guys do it, you know, makes you feel embarrassed when we're being filmed doing this.
Yeah.
Because we're trying our best and having a blast, but seeing these guys, they're artists. And it looks easy, and then you do it and you're like, wow, these guys have been refining their turn for years. Yeah. Years upon years upon years, and it's so fun to watch them do it. And then to get out on this board and to get just a little inkling of the sensation they're getting in that turn is so fun.
Especially on some like softer groomers. That was amazing today.
Oh yeah, that was fun. And you know, uneven terrain, it's okay, but you're really riding with just, you know, a lot of nose in front. And it's not, I mean, these are good groomer boards, it's got the dampness and it's got the
tail's
ability
flexy.
to absorb things, you know, going over a little bit at a decent speed. Not a decent speed, at a moderate speed. And then it's got the ability to weave in and out of moguls if you have to, but you really want to take this out in good snow and carve, you know, good groomers, and you know, you just dial yourself back.
There's a lot of torsional flex in the tail,
Yeah.
especially on this one. So uneven terrain, it's not. When I had to leave early one day and I tried to bomb it, getting through some, you know, uneven stuff, and it
You
was
don't
kind of
wanna do that.
slushy.
Yeah.
It was a mess. But other than that, you know, like we've said, the turning experience is amazing.
Yeah, and the base is fast though. It's got amazing glide.
Great glide.
Moss and Gentum Stick have just amazing bases. They're definitely a bump up from Karua. The Karua Plus series is pretty close to
Close,
these.
yeah.
Yeah, it's real close. But you know, Moss, Gentum Stick, and believe it or not, even Jones. The
Yeah.
Jones high end, their centered 9900 base. All these bases just have glide to them. But these are like the best of bass
Yeah.
there is out there. But all in all, I mean, it's a very fun, very unique. I just can't stop thinking of articulate turning.
Yeah.
You know, that's really what this is.